Hi everyone, Aiden here with eTrailer. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Kuat NV 2.0 platform style bike rack and seeing how it fits on the back of our 2023 Chevrolet Equinox. This is going to be a platform style bike rack and it's one of our more premium options. Definitely one of my personal favorites just because the NV is very sleek, very stylish. It works with a wide range of bikes and it's going to be very easy to use. We'll talk on that all throughout the video here, but right out of the gate, I do want to talk about how it holds the bike. We've got a back wheel strap holding it down into the tray and a front wheel cradle with a wheel hook. This means zero frame contact throughout the whole bike rack, making it good for carbon frame, alternative frame, and with a 60-pound weight capacity per bike, it's going to be able to handle some e-bikes too. Just keep in mind that you want to remove your battery first. Now, with this being a platform rack, it does have the ability to tilt away with the bikes loaded. Not all platform racks have a tilting feature, but this one does, and when they tilt, they can do it with bikes loaded. Their pedal is located right here by the first tray, and we'll release the bike rack down, where we can lower it, and you can see get a pretty aggressive tilt here. Watch your head as you're coming up, because it does tilt down very far. And although it is close, on the Equinox here, we've got plenty of room with a couple inches of space between our handlebars and our pedal to open up the back hatch. So if we need to get something from back here, we can. We don't have to unload the whole bike rack just to get access. And it just gives you a place to sit down, maybe before or after your ride. And you've got plenty of room to maybe change your shoes. So for me, this is really great to see. And if the platform rack does tilt, I want it to have the clearance. Lifting it back into place, it'll automatically latch in, and it's pretty easy to lift too. Now, with this, I do want to point out before we take the bike off, it comes very close to our Equinox. Depending on your bike, it might fit a little bit differently. For our mountain bike here, we've got pretty wide handlebars. You can see they come pretty close to our windshield here. And with our pedal, it also comes pretty close to the license plate. So it's something to be mindful of. You might look for a bike rack that sticks out a little bit further, just in terms of where the first bike sits relative to the vehicle. But honestly, I think this works out pretty okay, and for most bikes, you should be fine. Just keep in mind that it's going to be close. Luckily, it's a very sturdy rack though, very little movement from the bike in the bike rack because of it being held in so well. Getting this removed is pretty straightforward. The wheel strap at the back is what we're going to do first, pressing in on the button and pulling out the ratcheting strap. And then on the front, the wheel hook has a button for the release. Push it up and out, and then you just lift it up and away. Everything comes pretty low to the ground here, so overall, it's easy to lift everything into place, and it's all open, so you don't have to worry about getting in the way of anything like a center mast like some other bike racks might have. This cradle, or this strap, does slide back and forth to accommodate for different wheelbases. And at the back of the tray here, you can also see our built-in cable locks. That can wrap around the bike, lock to itself, and keep the bike secure when we're not around. At this point, I like to get some measurements. Checking out first our ground clearance. The hitch on your Equinox does sit pretty low to the ground, but the NV has an aggressive rise in the shank, giving us a lot better ground clearance, 18.5 inches at the back end to be exact. For our distance added to the back of the vehicle, that's going to be coming in right at 30 inches. That's to the very outer point right here. And then we can fold the rack up right when it's not in use to save some room. So if we want to leave this in the hitch between rides, we can. Just use that same pedal as before, fold it up, and that new distance added to the back is only 12 inches. Way easier with this to pull into a parking spot or even your garage at home. It does come pretty close to the vehicle, coming in at the closest point right here in the center with about 2 inches of space. Luckily, there's really not a lot of movement in here, if any, so I'm not worried about vehicle contact. And with it folded up like this, we can see we're not really interfering with the vehicle either. Taillight's completely clear. Backup camera is mostly uncovered. You should still get very good visibility out of that. And the license plate is fully visible. With bikes loaded, that might be a different story, but folded up in the storage position like this, it's not going to be interfering as much with your day-to-day life. With this, the NV has a pretty unique feature with this lever on the outside. Put this up and out, and this is going to be your bike repair stand. something where we can drop our bike in and do some last minute maintenance if we're at the trailhead, and clamp your bike in place this way. It's a very unique system. The Kuat NV 2.0 is really the only thing that offers that. So if it's something you're interested in, it's certainly a unique and premium feature, but not totally necessary. You can just get the regular NV 2.0 if you don't want that, the NV base, or you can get the one with the repair stand. Moving down to the bottom of the bike rack, we've got a couple things to talk about. Our anti-rattle knob, completely tool-free at the back end, keeping things solid in our 2" by 2" receiver tube. And at that receiver tube, we've got a standard pin and clip that locks up. That lock is key-to-like to those cable locks that we saw earlier, so you only have to bring that one set of keys with you. It'll keep your bike rack locked to the vehicle and your bike's locked to the rack. That's really all there is to it. If you like the NV, there are color options. This is the gray version, but there's also a black one. And then you can go for that NV base if you don't need the bike repair stand. Overall though, I think it's a really solid fit for the Equinox. Aside from that little bit of clearance issue, just sitting kind of close to the vehicle, if that's not a concern for you, then it's going to be a perfect fit. Thanks for watching.